What's going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we are doing the next episode of the Republic of Turkey. Last time, go watch the last episode. I actually forgot what we did last time, but I know it was about the nuclear program. We are just nearly a month from doing our first nuclear test. Nuclear tests, possibly, I think this is actually threatening the well-being of the country, because there are, I believe there is a possibility, because I've never actually developed did a development of nuclear weapons. Ooh, looks like we are dark green with Iran. Okay, so we have end of the year results. Looks like growth is going back up. But yeah, I honestly do not know what we are going to be doing with what we're. I have no idea how the world's going to react. So, ooh, bet. We are going to invite Iran. What the heck? Oh, come on, they're not available. Let's go ahead and send him this. I'm not gonna do it. So let's military operations, create an alliance. Let's go ahead and go for an alliance, just a real alliance. And next day, they refused. Let's go for a support treaty then. And negotiation. They accepted. We finally have an alliance, a support pact with the Islamic Republic of Iran. So we are definitely going to be strong allies in the future. We have now created a Turk-Iranian prosperity sphere, a sphere of influence between Turkey and Iran, the dominant powers in the Middle Eastern region. So this possibly might actually be an anti-Saudi Arabian sort of pact. But the differences between Turkey and Saudi Arabia, I think they are populated by the same religious pact by the Sunnis. I do believe that Sunni is the dominant religion in Saudi Arabia, which Saudi Arabia is Sunni, and Iran is Shiite. So maybe this can be like some sort of political maneuver, saying like the Sunnis and the Shiites are gonna unite to stop like the Saudi Arabian dominance that is not a part of what Islam is. Something like that. Anyway. So we are going to go ahead and X out of all of these. And, get rid of that. So let's, public debt rises to $80 billion. Debt service will rise to $26 billion. Our budgetary surplus has risen to 4.3% of the GDP. So, let's go ahead and get out of that. Let's look at Armenia. They're not a puppet state, actually, so that is an odd thing to do. We're going to go ahead and retract our troops from that border. Going to go ahead and have them return to base. And housing, what do we want to do with that? It's remaining actually stagnant. So let's go to rent increases. State aid. How much would it cost to do loans? No, that's a little... Actually, we can afford it. How much would it be... Actually, go to income tax. That would be about $10 billion. We can afford that, but I think I want to wait just a little bit. Power of religion. So we have changed the religious status in our constitution. Let's go ahead and go over to where it was. So instead of influence on state announcements, it's actually religion is an influence on state functioning. So maybe by the end of this series, we can actually get it to the rules and the commandments are incorporated into our constitution, or as far as we can go, the executive power is subject to approval by religious authorities. So that would make us a full-on theocracy. Religious freedom. We still have religious freedom. I think if we actually held this to a referendum, maybe it would be similar to this. Maybe we can subsidize a religion. Or some religion should be involved in all aspects of rights. I don't know what it would do. I think it would get the approval of like the members of that religion, including community, the people who run it, and then plus like a large amount of the 75 million Turks who actually praise this religion. Forbid a religion. It is legitimate to ban religion in a democratic country if it is explicitly incites racial hatred or violence. I don't know how that comes in. We would be banning maybe 19 million, 20 million people from the country, or to ban the religious thought of that, but we're not going to touch that. We're going to go ahead and let both religions of Islam basically kind of prosper in our nation for now. Head of state. Nomination of the head of state. Elected by universal suffrage or parliament. I think we're going to leave that alone for now. I think we should have done this before Erdogan left, so we could still have Erdogan. So actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start skipping so we can get to that nuclear program. Danger of immigration. I think we are actually going to deport some people. Let's go ahead and come here. Launch a massive operation. Accompany illegal immigrants to the borders. And maybe we can do that alongside like a selection of immigrants based on the criteria of integration. So we would be doing it on the basis of like what they can do for the country, but a lot of people, especially liberals, would not like that. But what are you doing down here, Syria? You know what? They don't really care about us. We're already bad in relation with them. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and move some troops to the border. Let's go ahead and move 11,000 troops to the border near Kobani. No, I'm already doing that. Let's go ahead and send a message of disapproval. And there's a lot of ISIS bases down here. Iran, confidential information. Obviously, Iran is a sponsor of terrorism. Maybe we can find some places in the West, or in places that we don't like. Maybe, yeah, actually, we're going to be a sponsor of terrorism in places like the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. Maybe even Jordan and Israel. Actually, not Jordan, but maybe Israel and Ethiopia and stuff like that. And we can start funding terrorism in those regions. Great disapproval. Obviously, they don't like that. And we're going to go ahead and move it close to where those tanks are. They have about... They put missile launchers there, so we're going to respond by moving some good tanks and some missile launchers to the area. Let's go ahead and check on the nuclear program. And we have 11 days until those nuclear tests are finished. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to do that. Maybe soon enough we can go ahead and close and ask the United States to remove their air bases from our country to allow sovereignty for our own country. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Free Syrian Army. Then we're also going to ask the Cypriots to remove their base from our region and allow for more Turkish sovereignty. No, we're not going to assassinate the president of Iran. Let's go ahead and check on our relations. 99 strategic relations, so we're going to go ahead and invite them for a meeting. Do that for Saturday. So they freaking love us. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna have to look back at that because that was a thing on our nuclear program. Renegotiate a military alliance. Let's go ahead and put this to an alliance. They accepted. Maritime. They accepted. And then let's go ahead and ask for a military base. Let's ask like 3 more times. And we'll ask at a later date. But officially, we are now allies with the Islamic Republic of Iran. That is a huge achievement. The tests were conclusive. We have henceforth the means to start the mass production of missiles. I can only congratulate you for having taken our program to term. This is a big day for Turkey. We are officially a nuclear power. So let's go ahead and come over here. Let's go to NBC. It looks like we can't really produce anything yet. Actually, the investment in nuclear research has just borne fruit. We are now... Yeah, right. We are now able to make atomic weapons using nuclear reactors. We are not the first, but we can profit from this. No, we are not going to sell that abroad. So let's go ahead and come over here. Let's produce some nuclear missiles in secret, and let's go ahead and produce 2 nuclear missiles for our country. And we are going to go ahead and wait on the reaction from the world. But let's actually go over here and go to security, missile warheads. So we are about to be added into this. Huh. Look at that. Argentina has nukes. Ukraine has nukes. That's hilarious. But these are the nuclear powers of the world. We have the United States, Russia, France, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, North Korea, China, and Israel does have a few. They have about 80 nukes. North Korea has about 15 nukes, and Argentina and Ukraine both have 9 nukes. So I guess Argentina and Ukraine are illegitimate nuclear powers, so that is kind of weird. But Turkey is about to enter the stage. We are planning on producing at least maybe about 30 to 60 nukes. I have no idea why Greenland is on the list. They're a dependency. They're like the non-playable nations. Okay, so let's go ahead and exit that. Looks like we don't have good relations with China. I guess we can go ahead and start asking for better relations with China, which we would do through trade contracts. And let's go back over here. Ask for 4, 8, 16. I don't know how much money this is going to cost. Let's go ahead and go up for about 30. But I think this is going to possibly like create a scene with the world. If someone finds this out, then we're possibly going to be facing war, or we're going to be facing impeachment. Which actually, no, we wouldn't face impeachment, because over here, let's go to Parliament. Determine the powers of the Parliament. We have the power of the Parliament, they can vote laws, but there's no motion of no confidence that they can have against us. Intention to perform military nuclear tests. We're not really gonna do anything. Actually, we are gonna assassinate the president of Armenia. Armenia with nuclear weapons, that is a danger to the world. You know, that is terrifying. So we cannot allow that. I think we're gonna go ahead and come over here. We're gonna go ahead and enlist more people we're gonna have to go ahead and pause that. I'm gonna go ahead and put about 20,000 people into our military as a sort of military buildup. It seems that our spending no, it didn't. We're still spending nearly $30 billion on our energy. On our military, I think some spending actually did go up, maybe a little bit. December to January, it skyrocketed, maybe about a few $billion, but I mean, it's not like terribly too bad. Produce nuclear missiles. Well, guys, if you like that, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode of the Republic of Turkey.